After months of waiting and 87 days of anticipation, the 24-25 Premier League season has arrived. With the opening day at Old Trafford, for Arsenal their focus is on Wolves, as Arteta's Gunners look to dethrone the robots in Manchester. Today we'll find out which player has returned to full training, how Mikel Arteta could plan to line up, as well as getting a massive update from David Ornstein. We'll discuss the latest offer that Arsenal have received, and reveal a new potential forward target. Yo, what is going on guys? My name is Bas14, welcome back to Boys Channel and I hope you guys are doing sensational. With a brand new Premier League campaign all but here, we've got so much to break down. So as per, smash a like on the video if you enjoy and subscribe to the channel if you are new. Help your boy on his road to 300,000 subscribers. Now starting off with the Ornstein Arsenal updates. And an Arsenal someone that has seen some very key departures, one being Emil Smith for £35 million. The future of Aaron Ramsdale has also been a massive doubt, making only 6 starts in the Premier League last season, losing his number 1 spot to David Raya. At 26 years of age, entering the peak of his powers, he wants to play minutes elsewhere. That's where we got a David Ornstein exclusive, saying that Arsenal have turned down a loan proposal from Ajax for Aaron Ramsdale. The player prefers to leave on a permanent basis, but Ajax are still optimistic. Juan Garcia is a possible replacement. A massive club in Ajax making an offer despite having a poor season last year, finishing 5th in the Eredivisie. The chance to go to a club in the Europa League, linking up with long-term England teammate Jordan Henderson. Arsenal themselves prefer the Premier League, not only where teams are able to offer more money up front, but potentially also a better suit for Aaron Ramsdale's career. With the likes of Crystal Palace, Newcastle, Wolves linked all summer, we do have a bit of a dilemma developing, because after it was made official that Karl Hein was going to join Real Valladolid until the end of the season, if Ramsdale is also to leave, who is going to be our number 2? Does Mikel Arteta trust a young goalkeeper like Tommy Setford, who's never even played an Arsenal minute? Well, as David Ornstein confirms, if Arsenal are to part ways with Ramsdale this month, the club have already lined up Espanyol's Juan Garcia as a possible replacement. A 23-year-old goalkeeper who's just had a breakthrough year for Espanyol in the Segunda Division, also part of a Spain side that won the Olympics. But if Arsenal want to go for a more experienced route, sign a goalkeeper of a proven quality willing to be a number 2, could we instead see an Emirates return? We are talking former Arsenal goalkeeper Wojciech Szczesny, who as confirmed by Fabrizio Romano has now reached a mutual agreement to terminate his contract with immediate effect. Paperworks are being prepared and checked. If all is good, Szczesny will leave Juventus with an important payout fee and then become a free agent. Having left Arsenal after 6 seasons back in 2014-15, making over 200 appearances for Juve in the Serie A. Now at 34 years of age with a lot of experience at the latter stage of his career, I wonder if the chance to return to Arsenal would intrigue him, with many reports in the past claiming he never wanted to leave Arsenal in the first place. Before we continue though, I want to give a quick shout out to today's sponsor, Dream Team. With an exciting new Premier League season just days away, your boy has been cooking in Dream League's free-to-play fantasy football game. Given a budget of £50 million to pick 11 different players, with a massive £50,000 up for grab at the end of the season, I've gone for David Raya in goal for the clean sheets. Zinchenko at the back because I feel he might have a strong start to the season. Saka in midfield because he guarantees goals and assists. And up front it's Kai and Haaland because I think they're going to score a lot of goals. With Bukayo as my captain and Kai as my vice. The aim of the game is for your team to score as many points as possible. A whopping £5,000 will be awarded to the winner of game week 1, followed by £250 every week to the subsequent winners, with the highest point scorer at the end of the year receiving a whopping £50,000. All of this is free to play, so my friends, go down and hit the link down below in the description. Download the Dream Team app and sign up to the Fantasy Football League, and create your very own teams before the deadline of game week 1, 7 PM this Friday. But for now we still have Aaron Ramsdale, and here he was reporting for Arsenal's media day before the start of the new season, alongside the Arsenal captain Martin Ødegaard, who of course after having a standout year last year is finally receiving his flowers. As the PFA have announced, Ødegaard has made the PFA's Player of the Year top 6 chosen by the players, alongside the likes of Phil Foden, Erling Haaland, Cole Palmer, Roger and Ollie Watkins. We often ask the question of which Arsenal player is world class, but with all the accolades Ødegaard's getting, the constant praise from fans outside of Arsenal, not only one of Arsenal's most efficient players in the final third, but I'd argue our most entertaining. We also need to talk about Kai Havertz though. Reporting for Arsenal's media duties was some fantastic photos. The question is, where is he going to play this season? With Mikel Arteta starting him in games in midfield this pre-season, but then starting him up front against Lyon. With the potential rival Mikel Merino alongside the ability of Declan Rice, the players are number 8. There's a good chance that Havertz could be our starting number 9. And let's just say his stats are very good. Where in 13 starts as a centre forward, Havertz has got 15 goals and assists for Arsenal. From assists against the likes of Man City and Man United, to important goals against Everton, Tottenham and Chelsea, alongside being one of the best pressers in world football. covering more distance than any other forward in the league last year, an ability to always find himself in the right place at the right time. With a whopping 34% of our Premier League passes last year coming in the final third, no other team in Europe's top 5 leagues had a proportion as big as that. My question is, how many goals is Havertz going to score? 13 last year, having had half the year with no confidence. Now he's more adapted than ever before, thriving in an Arsenal side with more chemistry. Should he be aiming for 20? Moving on to Arsenal's new forward targets. As Arsenal approach the final weeks of the transfer window, there's one thing that fans are asking. Are we going to sign a brand new forward? Well, after reports linking us to the likes of Kingsley Coman and Leroy Sané, the pursuit of Nico Williams being all but over, could Arsenal turn instead to a target in the Premier League? Whilst Team News and Chicks now confirms, Arsenal are monitoring Brighton's Simon Adingra, with a potential summer transfer on the cards. 22 years of age, having started for Brighton last year in the Premier League, he may have only got 6 goals and 1 assist, but when it comes to Arsenal and their criteria for wide forward, one of the key things is versatility. Someone able to help both Saka and Martinelli. As Adingra's heat map shows last season, he was comfortable on both left and right hand side, helping his country Ivory Coast win the African Cup of Nations, where he dropped an 8.6 rating in the final, with 2 assists, 5 dribbles and 6 key passes, not to mention a whopping 9 ground duels won. He only signed for Brighton back in 2022, spending all of 22-23 in the Belgian Pro League, thriving for Union Saint-Germain with 11 goals and 9 assists. Brighton themselves have made an intriguing move, confirming the signing of Mainz forward Brian Gruder, a new German right-wing signing, with the confirmation with the famous "There we land." Could that open up the chance for Simon Adingra to leave? Looking at his attacking radar from last season, you can see a lot of defensive work, with the forward potential definitely there. Also wanted for Tottenham Hotspur, but this still won't be easy. But what's happening with Mikel Merino? After weeks of negotiations and many Arsenal fans getting very impatient, we've now got a David Ornstein update, saying that Arsenal is stepping up their efforts to sign Mikel Merino from Real Sociedad. Talks are ongoing and Edu has been in Spain this week to pursue an agreement. Personal terms of the midfielder are no issue, but the deal likely requires an exit from Arsenal with the before or after, with even Fabrizio Romano claiming Mikel Merino is confident he'll be an Arsenal player by the end of the window, with Arsenal also being very confident in signing the player. There have been some theories around the Arsenal fan base. If Mikel Merino's taken so long, could he potentially be a smokescreen for a bigger midfield signing? That's where you got reports regarding Bruno Guimaraes. As a reliable source confirms, top clubs still have interest in Bruno Guimaraes, with Man City's interest strong but Arsenal are still there. Earlier in the window he had a £100 million release clause, but after that expired, rumours kind of died down. No team willing to pay the reported £80 million Newcastle are asking for. But according to Team News and Ticks, Arsenal still retain hopes to sign Bruno Guimaraes from Newcastle, which may explain the hold up in the Mikel Merino deal, with Arsenal believing that Bruno will choose Arsenal over City if it comes to that part of the deal. But then it starts to become a comparison, as great Guimaraes is on his day, with the Premier League experience being very important. There's a reason why Man City want to sign him, but is he over £50 million a better player than Mikel Merino? Having signed Declan Rice last year, if Arsenal are going to play a marquee amount for a player, surely it should be a forward instead. But what I also find intriguing is the rumours that Arsenal need to sell before they buy, with David Ornstein reporting, as was the case with Ricardo Calafiori, Arsenal are likely to want assurance of a significant departure before they proceed in the final stages of the Mikel Merino deal. The likeliest player to make way for Merino is Eddie Nketiah, but something isn't quite adding up. After a second place finish last year and a quarterfinals in the Champions League, Arsenal's reported revenue was up to £566 million, a whopping £100 million increase from the year before. Then having signed a bumper new deal with the Emirates, a new training ground sponsor in Sober Reality, then also announcing another sponsorship, this time with a new whiskey partner in Chivas Regal. I'm not sure I believe the reports that Arsenal don't have money to spend. Instead, I think Arsenal are keeping their cards close to their chest, negotiating at their own pace and trying to get the best deal possible, as confirmed by Fabrizio Romano himself. Arsenal and Sociedad have been in contact for weeks, with the formal bid a part of the process after long verbal talks over the deal structure. Similar to the Calafiori deal, the clubs are negotiating the best solution. Merino wants Arsenal and the contract is 100% agreed. You've also now got reports coming out of Spain, claiming Arsenal and Sociedad both do not want to waste any more time and negotiating at speed to close the Merino deal. But if it's a departure that Arsenal need, then what's happening with Eddie Nketiah? Well, after Marseille chose Eli Wahi instead, David Ornstein now confirms that Nketiah is one of the players that Bournemouth are looking at to replace Dominic Solanke. Then you had a rumour coming out of the Arsenal media day, having released all the photos of the other Arsenal players. Nketiah's images weren't there until the morning after, and it seems that the Bournemouth deal is picking up. But according to the very reliable Ed Aarons, Bournemouth may meet the asking price of Eddie Nketiah, having just got £65 million for Dominic Solanke. A start of a new campaign around the corner. They want to get a striker in as soon as possible. Moving on to the other Arsenal news today. Starting off by talking about our youngsters. Because after the trio of Ethan Nwaneri, Miles Skelly and Aiden Heaven all took part on the first team Arsenal media day, it was a sign that these guys are a part of Mikel Arteta's team this season. As confirmed by Ryan Taylor, Ethan Nwaneri and Miles Skelly have both made a real impression upon Mikel Arteta during pre-season, and they are set to figure as a part of the first team plans this term, meaning at this stage, they will not be heading out on loan. These two both offer Arsenal profiles that we don't really have. That's why there's a good chance they will get a lot of first team minutes. But approaching a brand new Premier League year of 24-25, let's go through the brand new rule changes. From the introduction of semi-automatic offsides in the Premier League games, lineups will also now be announced 75 minutes before games. Referees will now have to explain the VR decisions to supporters inside the stadium, and there will also be no winter break. But what about Arsenal and their fitness updates? Well, the main player we have to focus on is Jurrien Timber. Having missed Arsenal's last 2 games with a slight knock, a recent photo confirmed that he was back in full Arsenal training. With Mikel Arteta saying we were all desperate to have him on the pitch, his leadership, his skills, his composure, the way he competes, his intelligence, I think he's going to bring so much to the team. We're going to love him. But even if he's fully fit, we've got a lot of competition on the left-hand side now. From an in-form Alexander Zinchenko to the brand new Italian stallion Riccardo Calafiori. As Mikel says, he fell in love with him. I watched him a year ago and I saw something different, an aura, a charisma, a presence that was not related to his skill. We started to follow him when we saw a player that he was 21 at the time, that was doing things and reacting things in a way that a 21-year-old normally doesn't. He's had a really difficult past as well, a difficult knee injury. It's about the way he reacted to that. So as Arsenal approached the opening game against Wolves, a 3 PM kickoff at the Emirates Stadium, here's how I think Arsenal are going to line up. With David Raya and goal and a back four of Ben White, Saliba, Gabriel Zinchenko, the midfield of Partey, Rice and Odegaard, and the front three of Martinelli, Havertz and Saka. The best part is I could be completely wrong. With how unpredictable Mikel Arteta has been in pre-season, the use of Gabriel Jesus and Leandro Trossard, Arsenal are more unpredictable than ever before. In terms of our opponents, they've had a very hit and miss pre-season, with wins against West Ham and Leipzig, but losses against Crystal Palace and Real Vallecano. Having just also lost Pedro Neto, they are a bit weakened, but Gary O'Neill is a fantastic coach and we can't take them for granted. But approaching a brand new year with so much expectation, well, back in 2021 we had Gary Neville saying, I don't know what the plan at Arsenal is. The recruitment has been really poor. I don't get the strategy. I don't get the direction of how they're taking the team. We now go into years not expecting top 4 but expecting a title. With even Mikel Arteta saying we have to set new standards. Having looked at Arsenal's transfer window so far this year, watch the team in pre-season, comment down below your honest thoughts going into the brand new season. Do you believe this will be Arsenal's year? For now, that was the video there, so hopefully you guys have enjoyed. If you have, don't forget to smash a like and also subscribe to the channel if you are new. If you want to follow your boy on all other social medias, then the links are down in the description. But that was the latest episode of the Transfers FC, and as we approach a brand new year with a lot of expectations, my own personal feeling is a very good one and I am very excited. So my friends, stay tuned as always and I'll see you next time. Take care. Peace.